everyone, and welcome to day 8 of our fantastic Advanced Topics in Power BI Bootcamp, organized by Isaiah Adebayo and Chidima Oke. This is Data Job Nigeria community. And as a community, we're always here to come. We're always here, come together, learn from each other, share different opinions, and we all grow. That's the main reason why we are here. And so far, so good. We've covered a lot of some very important topics. Please, let's turn on our videos now, please. For the first 30 minutes, turn on your video. After that, what you can switch off your video. Yeah, as I was saying, that today is going to be very interesting. Not complicated. Make sure you ask questions. Make sure you please don't come for me, Sha. But please ask questions if there's anything that is not clear to you. And yeah, let's learn from each other. If there's another way you've done this same thing, if there's another way you've done it in a very simple way, you can bring up the idea so that me I can learn, because this topic is always sometimes giving me a headache. But I realize that most of the time, if your data model is okay, right, it probably help. So today's topic is deploying what we call a multi-hierarchical role level security, right? I know that everyone here has an idea of RLS, no matter how small. Or is there anyone here that is completely new to RLS in Power BI? Don't be shy, we are here to learn from each other. Is there anybody? Can you raise up your hand on the team's raise hand if you are completely new to the concept of role level security in Power BI, whether by theory or practical? There's nobody, I guess. Okay, thank you. Since there's nobody, let's move on. So when you build Kosi, please go ahead.
So I raised my hand about RLS. So if I know if I have any
okay,
basic idea,
are you new to it?
Yes, just like an introduction to. Yes,
please tell me this small you know about it, just little you know about. Just tell me about what you know. Let me know whether you are on the same line with us in terms of your understanding.
Actually, the last course I took, it's more like
Okay.
just giving what an introduction to it. So, but there was no practical work with it. It's just like a theory form, just an introduction. Yes, then they skip it.
Okay. So how do you understand it? Even theoretically, how do you understand it?
Honestly, I do not understand it. That's why I want
Okay.
to.
Thank God now that you just said it, because assuming people like you didn't say anything, I would have just moved to the advanced part. I swear, that was the plan. That I'll ask everybody if you are all clear with the understanding, at least a basic idea, then I'll move on to the one I want to, because what I'm doing today is a little complex, just a little complex than the ones that you're probably used to. I mean, for I'm talking for every other person now. Okay, let me just give you a basic background. Kosi, there are majorly two types of RLS. Okay, let me just give you background. So RLS is you are trying to secure your Power BI data in such a way that those that are not supposed to have access to a particular data don't have access to it. A typical simple scenario: you work in a sales organization, you build a sales report in Power BI. Now, there are different sales managers in different sales region. Are you getting me now, Kosi? In different sales region. Now, all of them, they want to always know their performance. Maybe they also have like sales rep under them. So they want to know their performance, how much they are making and all. Now, you don't want to expose data of other regions to these guys. So the person in charge of East that is selling in the East, you don't want them to see data of those that are selling in the West. You don't even want them to even see how much the company is making overall.
Okay.
All they need to see is just data that relates to their own region. So you are building RLS on top of your Power BI reports in such a way that when they log in, the same reports, different users log in, but they will see different things entirely. And those different things that they see is based on their, we call it roles, ROLES, roles. It means that we are going to first create a role and define the role, right? And define the role. For example, you can create a role and say, this role is for only those that are in the east. So it means that anybody that their location shows east, right? When they log into the same report, because you've added them to that role that you created, then when they log into the report, they're only going to be seeing that east, only that east data. The same charts, the same everything, different experiences, different roles, different people.
I understand it now.
Is that clear now? Thank you. We now have two major types. We have static row level security, and we have dynamic. So static is always used when you are dealing with a small team. That is, those that are consuming the report are not that much. Then you can create static for them. When you're not doing anything dynamic, just static, you create a role for east, a role for west, a role for north, a role for south, and you add people based on their entry ID. You add them into different roles inside of your Power BI service, right? You add them, and when they log in, they will see the result based on their roles, right? So static is very simple, but very hard to maintain because you have to manually at every time always go to the role, edit it, or always go to your Power BI service and start removing and adding people based on the roles that you have created. Do you understand? So when you are dealing with a large team of people, like a large team in a big organization, you are building like a typical enterprise solution, which is for RLS. You do not use static, you use dynamic. Now, dynamic comes in different ways. Are you getting my point now, Kosi? Dynamic comes in different ways. Yes. What I mean by that is that it's based on probably sometimes mostly the hierarchy in your organization. What do you mean hierarchy? So we might have CEO now. Okay. CEO will see every data, everybody's data in every region. We might have a vice president that they work for different countries, right? They will see reports only based on their own country. Now we have directors in charge of different province or states in different country. When they log in, they will only see reports based on their own province or region that they belong to. Does it make sense to you what I'm saying, Kosi? So they're going to see, everybody will be seeing it based on the hierarchy now, Now, the dynamic one is always very good because when the roles are changing, right? People are within the same. So somebody moves from west now, they move to east. Now, are they going to be seeing west data? No. By the time they move to east, and the security table that entails all their data changes, automatically they start seeing east, and they are not seeing west data again because now the roles have changed. Because now they've changed their location. Do you understand? So access to data is usually based on the role of that person in the organization. Do you understand? Because data is sensitive and we need to protect it. We don't want everybody to see everything that they are not meant to see. Shikena, is that clear? Any question before I move ahead?
Okay. No questions.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go. So, typical example of what we are doing this morning. Look at the sales table. I sent you this file already. You can share with everybody. This is the sales table. You see, just simple table, dates, the city ID, and the sales amounts. Is that clear to everybody? Dates, city ID, and the sales amounts. We have a table called geography, geo. Now, you know that normally as we always build models in Power BI, we always like to make sure that the only thing representing your dimension in your facts is the identifier of that dimension, which is, for example, in this case now, city ID. Now, when you want to see information about the city, where do you go to? The city table, which is the dimension table that represents city, right? And you now see that this city ID1 is Winnipeg, the province is Manitoba, and the zone is west. And the zone is west, right? You go to city ID2, you see Brandon. So the hierarchy is city, province, and zone, right? City, province, and zone. Now, when you now go to users, this users is performing two purpose. This user table is performing security and hierarchy at the same time. This is the table where we store information of the people that are going to consume this data. At the same time, it also shows us the hierarchy of people in the organization. So if you look at this now, the CEO is the guy at the top. The CEO is number one, user ID1. Under the CEO, we have directors who reports to the CEO directly. Is that clear, everyone? Please, I want your response, please. Whether by chat, whether by unmuting, anyhow.
Yes.
Why are you laughing, Bernard?
No, I'm speaking with someone here. Sorry, sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So all the directors report to the CEO, that's the hierarchy. We now, under each of the director, we now have managers. So let me explain this hierarchy to you. There's the CEO. Under CEO, we have two directors. One is in West, one is in East. Under the West director, we have Manitoba and Alberta, I think. What am I saying? Is it Manitoba and Alberta that belongs to? Okay. I think for West, we have Ontario and Quebec manager. No, that's for West. That's for West, sorry. For West, I think we have Ontario and Quebec manager. So the hierarchy is that the manager, under each manager, so the manager is in charge of a province. We have provincial manager, and we also have city manager. CEO, director, provincial manager, and city managers. Does that hierarchy make sense to you? Is it clear, guys? I want you to understand the security part before we go to Power BI.
Very clear, Mr. Wenga. Yeah.
Thank you. Is that Oyinye? Or is that Kosi? Okay. Your voice looking like the same. Your voice look like almost the same thing, sure. Okay. So that's the hierarchy from the CEO to the director to the provincial manager and to city manager. You understand that, right? Now, if you look at it right now, you will see who is the manager of who. So the CEO has no manager, of course, is your guy at the top. The West director has manager ID1. Why? Bernard, why? Why does East and West director have manager ID1?
Yeah, I think from the board of executives, they are the ones.
Your voice is low, sir. Your voice is low.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me very well?
Can anybody hear him very well?
No, I can't hear.
He can't hear you very well. Make sure you increase your volume of your system or your audio.
Well, I think this is the highest I can increase it. I don't know why.
Okay, no worry. We'll manage it like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, I think from the board of executives, the West director and the East director are the one. They are the one next to the CEO. So they are.
We can't hear you. Are you speaking?
Yeah, I'm speaking.
Don't worry.
Check your audio.
Let's manage him.
Okay.
No time. So you said
But
the reports to the CEO, Abi.
Yeah, it's the one next to the CEO. So
That's why their manager ID is showing 1-1. Abi?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask a question. Let me ask Chidubem. Don't mind my pronunciation. Who do you think the Quebec city manager is reporting to? Chidubem, can you hear me?
So I think it's the Quebec city manager.
Quebec manager, that's the province manager.
Is it the Quebec
Okay.
city or the Quebec manager?
No, I'm asking for the Quebec city manager. Who are they reporting to? Based on what you are saying here.
They're
Eh?
reporting to Ottawa manager and Toronto manager.
For the Quebec city manager. That's not correct. Olaiton.
Yeah, I think the Quebec manager will be
City
returning to the West.
manager.
City manager will be reporting to the West director
Ah.
or the East director.
And you told me that it's clear to you, and I was talking, you saying it's clear. Look at their manager ID, look at their user ID now. That's how you will know who they are reporting to. Okay, Isaiah. The Ottawa manager, who are they reporting to? Ottawa manager, who are they reporting to? Based on this table. Because we're supposed to understand the table before we go ahead. Unless I just come and speaking English, and everybody will just say there is clear. I'll watch the video again. It's so. Hold on, let me see. Let me make the table
I think
bigger.
the Ottawa manager reports to the Edmonton and Calgary manager.
Yay, I
That's
don't
number
die.
5.
Jesus.
Hello, sir.
The Ottawa manager, based on your table, the
Ottawa
Ottawa
manager, who are they reporting to? Ottawa manager. Who are they
Ontario
reporting to?
manager, sir.
Ontario
Ottawa,
manager.
Ottawa.
Yeah,
Ah.
they report to
Yeah,
Ontario
they
say
report to
Ottawa
manager.
number
Ontario
2.
manager. Okay, that one is correct. That one is correct. Okay,
Yes.
I'll ask you another one. The Calgary manager, who are they reporting to? Calgary manager, who are they
Reporting
reporting
to
to?
Toronto manager.
Alberta
Please
manager.
hold on. Please, one at a time, please. One at a time.
They are
Calgary
reporting
manager, who are they reporting to?
Toronto manager.
Hey,
Toronto manager.
Jesus. I don't
No,
die.
it's below.
It's still
Toronto manager is
Alberta,
below
sir.
Calgary, so they can't report to.
They are reporting to Alberta manager.
That's
Look at their manager ID is 5. Alberta manager is 5. This is so obvious
Oh,
on the table.
sorry. I'm checking the city ID instead of the manager ID. Sorry.
My God. The manager ID is here. The user ID is here. Look at the manager ID and look at the user ID to see who they are reporting to. That's the table structure. Mr. Isaiah. You are mute. You are always mute. Organizer.
I'm paying attention to. I'm just
But
paying
I also
attention.
asked
I
you a
want
question
to.
too. I was also asking you a question.
Yes, I asked. You asked me the question, but it's not.
Okay. Oh yeah.
It's
Oh
not
yeah.
clear. I'm trying to
Oh
understand the
yeah. It's
flow of the
not
table.
clear. It's not clear. Ontario manager. Who are they reporting to? Mr. It's
Ontario
not clear.
manager is reporting to.
Ontario manager now. Who are they reporting to?
I'm coming. 6 is reporting to Toronto manager.
Jesus Christ.
East director, I think.
Ontario manager has a manager ID of 3. Okay, East
So who
director.
is
Sorry, East director.
so
The
who
user
is now
ID
the 3?
is East director.
Benga, can I make Mr. Benga, can I make a comment?
Please
I
go
think
ahead,
what
sir.
you should do is that on the manager ID, put it there in bracket, user ID, so that you know that is more or less a composite of the user ID.
Okay, no problem.
That way, everybody will be able to understand, right?
Okay.
And just that this
Okay.
is based off of the user ID.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, sir.
Or worst case scenario,
Yeah.
no, it's okay like this. It's okay like this. I was thinking that you probably create a table where you have the hierarchy of the report, where you have one column for the director, one column for the province manager, and one column for the city manager. That way, they'll be able to see who and who reports to who. Based on
I get that
ID.
kind of I've seen that kind of table before, that kind of hierarchy before. That you have that like on each column, the level by level, the hierarchy.
Yes, each column has its level.
Yes. So the reason why I did this style intentionally was to make it simple for them, for those that are completely new to this kind of hierarchical context of things. Do you understand me, sir? That was why I did it this way. So everybody has a user ID. Only the manager of each user ID will be on this side. So you can trace back who reports to who. When you look at when you see their manager ID, you can go back to the first column and say who has this ID, and you will know who they are reporting to. Is it clear now, everyone?
It's clear now.
It's clear now.
Okay, I know that is clear now. Abiola Ogunbanjo, can you unmute, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. This Brandon manager, who are they reporting to? Please don't say
Manitoba
anything.
manager.
Let's
Manitoba
talk.
Manitoba manager.
Is that Mr. Isaiah? Please warn yourself. And I was asking you, you did not say anything.
Did you hear
Okay.
me? I said
I
Manitoba
can hear
manager.
you, Jerry. Manitoba manager. Thank you. How did you know it was Manitoba manager?
So I checked the user ID of branding manager, then I checked the manager ID. That is
Yes.
4. Then I went back to look for 4 in the user ID. Then I saw Manitoba manager.
And you saw it. Thank you. God bless you. Let's go ahead, please. No time. So the next thing we are doing now is to now go back to our Power BI. Open my Power BI here, and I'm going to now import that data and create a data model. Okay, so we are going to have more of like a snowflake schema, because our user table will now link to the city table. But in real enterprise, that's not the way we do it. I'm just teaching you this one so that at least for the first time you feel relaxed, right? If it's your first time doing this kind of multi-hierarchical stuff, you feel relaxed and it doesn't sound too complicated for you. Okay, we are using two important DAX functions. We are using paths and we are using PATHCONTAIN. Is this concept new to you? Have you heard of those two functions before? Anybody? Path and PATHCONTAIN?
No, I've only heard contain and contain strengths.
Like not the which is happy. Say I want to end this new thing today. Jesus. Okay, let's go ahead. No wahala. Let me save this file so that when I want to import, I have the new. So import data from Excel. Sorry, Rafia, the topic is multi-hierarchical row-level security in Power BI. Sorry, that topic is very long today. No vex. Multi-hierarchical row-level security in Power BI. That's the topic. Okay, I'm connecting to the data set now. Okay, let me go to Power Query just to ensure that if there's anything I need to clean, I can quickly go and clean it. So I'll check these 3 and I'll go to transform. What's my Power Query? Oh yeah, no time. Please, I want you guys to listen for those that are new, not for the orgas in the house. Listen attentively. Put all your mind that is no gossiping by the side, no laughing by the side like Bernard. Okay. So these are cities that this one is already in dates. This city is already in the numeric this thing, whole number. This one too, whole number. Everything looks fine. User ID, name, email, manager, user ID, city ID. Okay, everything looks good. Geography, city ID, city, province, zone. It looks good. So close and apply. No time. Close and apply. Let's go to where we are here. Go. So I'll go to the data model now. Let me go and model. Still loading. Stella, your hand is up.
I'm still waiting for the data set.
Don't worry, Isaiah will send it to you now. He will send it. Don't worry.
Attach it to the chat.
Can
it be attached to the chat?
I can't.
It can be attached. It can be attached here also.
It can be attached.
I'll send it after the class. Immediately after the class, I'll send it.
That one will be my own. Now Isaiah hand the day. This auto delete now. This let me delete this auto delete now. Let me remove it and I will do this properly by myself. Okay, I will come on now. Why is it slow like this? Oh,
Sadbinga, please can
yeah.
you slightly increase the zoom of your screen?
Okay, just hold on for me. Let this thing load. I don't know why it's taking time. Just delete something. You'll see what it's doing for me. Thank God. Though. Okay, delete. So what's the relationship now? So sales will be here, like this. Geography will be here, and users will be at this side. So let me tell you how the filter flows. So filter users table will filter geography. Geography will filter sales. Is that clear to us? Is that clear to us, guys? Users will filter geography.
Yes.
And geography will go and filter sales. Please turn on your videos, please. I'll start removing people from the class now. Okay. So city ID in user table will connect to city ID in geography table. And city ID in geography. Now I'm going to apply something. There's something here that I'm going to explain to you that relates to performance. Don't worry, we'll still get there. But I will not say anything about that for now. But I'll still get there. So city ID now connects to city ID in sales. Now, because it's like it's the snowflake schema anyway. So user is a different table from the geography table. Geography table gives us the hierarchy in terms of the location of these different people. Now, user table is serving as the table that has a list of users, their ID and everything. And that's hierarchy in terms of people's role. Now, users connects to Joe, Joe connects to sales. Now, how does even this make sense? You will still see now, I'm coming. So let's go to our table view, and we are going to click on this user table. And we are going to do this thing called path and path contain. And I will tell you what the path and path contain, how they work, right? Now, I'll create a new column in this user table, and I will call it path. And I will use the function called path to show you that hierarchy. Now, path is usually used to show the hierarchy. So I'll call it path equals to, I'll make it bigger because of people that, because of the zoom, so people can see it clearly. Okay, is it big now? Can you see it now? Okay.
Yes.
So I'll now say path.
Yes.
Now I will now pick. Thank you. I'm not going to pick the user ID first. The user ID first, then comma the what's it called? The manager ID. The manager ID. And I'll close brackets. See what will happen now. Look at what is showing. It's showing me the hierarchy of everybody based on who they report to. So now CEO has no other organ at the top. Look at the West Director. What's it showing now? Beside his user ID. It's showing what? 2, right? So so this is CEO. This is who they report to, and this is them. So this is the CEO 1 and West Director. In the East Director 2, what are you seeing first? You are seeing 1 and what? And their own ID. 1 is what? The CEO. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, yes.
Yes, it is clear. It is clear.
Okay. If you look at Manitoba now, why do they have 1, 2, and 4? But Manitoba manager. Why do they have 1, 2, and 4?
So is the Manitoba is reporting to West manager, and the West manager is reporting to the CEO.
God bless you, Elijah. Exactly what I'm saying. So because the Manitoba manager reports to West Director, and West Director reports to the CEO. So you are seeing 4, it is their own user ID. 2, which is the director they report to, and who their director also reports to, which is 1. So do you see how path shows you that hierarchy now? Is it clear? Now,
yes.
New column. Let's go to path contain. Path contain will now show you or tell you what each person will see based on the hierarchy. So I will now say this one is path contains. This one will now be equals to path contain Path contain. I will now do, you know that this one I created, this part. I have to supply this part to this path contain. So this is the part, this is the hierarchy, which is the path column that I just created. Comma. I will now give an example of somebody. Let me give an example of the CEO, for example. CEO is user ID 1. Then I would close my brackets and press enter. Now you will see true or false. You see that for every of the row in this data, what are you seeing? CEO and see everybody's report, Abi. You are saying true, true for CEO, because CEO is ID number 1. If I change it to West Director now, that's ID 2, and I press enter, you will see that this West Director will only see what? He will not see what CEO will see. For CEO is showing false. He can see his own West region report. He can see for Manitoba manager, and because they are reporting to him, right? And everybody under the managers too is showing true. It means that he can see for every other manager under his own director, his own managers rather. Does it make sense to you what this path contain does?
Yes.
Does it make any sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, let's try for the Quebec, this last manager on the list there, 15. Let's try. Let's see what he can see. You see that everything is false for this guy. He can only see the report in his city. Do you understand what we are saying here?
Yes,
Path shows the hierarchy. Path contains show what you can see. Is it clear? If it's not clear, I can explain again. No. That's why I'm here. Stella, the way you're looking at me, like say you won't beat me. Stella, is it clear? Stella, can you hear me? Okay. Bernard, is it clear to you?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Thank you. Olasheni?
Yeah, it's clear.
Olawoyin, is it clear?
Yes, sir, it's clear. Thank you. It's clear, sir.
Thank you. Now let's now go to, you know that when you are doing static RLS, you go and start. I will send you my video on YouTube, Sha, to go and watch that static RLS. You know that you would be creating each row, Labi, each row, east row, west row, Kinekon row. You don't do that for dynamic. You are creating just one row, and it will apply to everybody. That's why they call it dynamic. You are creating what? Just one single row, and that will apply to. Now, there are some issues that we are still going to encounter when we want to get the results and test out what each user is. It's looking like it's showing true and false now, but when we get to reality, it will not show like that. There are some things that you need to still do to add to your DAX expression for this thing to work properly, and I will show us. So let's go ahead. Now, I'm not going to go to my this view. What do you call this report view, Abby? Then I'll go to modeling. And I'll go and create a role. I'll go to manage roles to create this role. Now I'll click on role, and I'm going to call this role dynamic. Dynamic. Now, don't forget that the user table is my security table. I lie, Abi, I don't lie. It's my what? That has the list of all the users, their parts, the hierarchy, what they can see, what they cannot see, right? So I'm creating this on the user table so that this user table will now go and filter the geography table that now shows the city that everybody belongs to based on their hierarchy. And that geography table will now go and filter the sales table where all our measures are coming from. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? It makes sense. Okay. So users, and I will click on switch to DAX editor. Now, because of what I want to do, I'll first write out my logic. Then I'll now explain the DAX expression to you. Should we go ahead like that? Should we go? Okay. I'll first write my first variable. I'll use variable. And my first variable is, I'm going to call it logged in user. This one is for us to know who is the person that is logging in. And when the person that is now logging in, when we now know that, okay, it is ID number 3 that logs in, that will now go and filter based on hierarchy, based on paths. The city reports that person, that login user can see. And when that now filters the city that they can see the report, then that will now also expand the filter down to the sales table that will now show us exactly the numbers that they need to see or that belongs to where they belong to. Does it make I'm on English? English, they worry person for you. Okay. Sometimes this English is very hard. It's not our language. Now you will bring them. Okay, so logged in user will now be like, we are now going to use lookup value. What do we want to return? We want to return the user that logged in. So how do we return that? It will now be the user table. That is user ID, comma, based on what? Based on, don't forget, you guys still remember this particular function that we use, user principal name. You remember, right? For RLS. Olaiton, do you remember? User principal name.
I was not in the class.
Not in any class. I'm just you say you do RLS now. I'm asking you. Do you remember that particular function? User principal name. Based on the user login, their email address, their entry ID. Okay, let's go.
Yes.
So we now say return for me the user ID. Right? Based on the user email, if the user email, when the user email is what? Is equals to user principal name, right? Based on people's login credential. Okay. I'll close the bracket. That is my variable 1. My variable 2 is now the path contain 1. That will now say, okay. So after you've looked at this user, you know the user that logged in now. You now need to do what? So I will now say return. Oh, sorry. I will now say return. Sorry.
Can see your screen again.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that I stopped sharing. What did I press like this? I'm coming. Sorry. So I will now say, you know that path contain that we did, right?
Yeah.
I will now say return path contain the path. That one shows hierarchy, Abi. The paths. And the path should now be based on what? The login user. So path contains the path and the login user now. The first variable I created. The login user. Right? I will now close brackets. Now, I will write another line and I'll tell you why I'm adding it. You now say, and not is blank. Is blank what? Is blank the city ID. Don't worry, I will explain everything I'm doing. It's not look like what is all this thing you are typing? I don't understand. Let me explain my that expression. So you want do you know what lookup this lookup value function is used for? It's like your VLOOKUP in Excel, right? So can someone explain VLOOKUP to me? Let's start from there. VLOOKUP. What do we use VLOOKUP for?
VLOOKUP is vertical lookup. It looks up a value and it returns from a table from it looks up a value in another table and it returns the corresponding value vertically from left to right.
From left to right.
Yes.
Okay.
It's look from left to
right. Okay.
Yeah.
So lookup value. Look at these three lines that is here. Let's first break it down. No, that's why I first showed you what path does. You've seen how path works, Abi. Shows the hierarchy. user ID and the manager ID. It shows hierarchy. That one is clear. Path contain, it shows what each user will see when they log in. Path contain. Path shows hierarchy. Path contain shows what each user will see. Now, what we are saying here is that look up, I want to know the user that logged in. Is this first one this first variable that we wrote here. Look up for me the user ID. That's what we want to return, this user ID. That's what we want to return. It's now based on when the user email, it means the user email inside of the user table is equals to, it means that if I log in with my email, the email I log in with to the Power BI reports is the same email that also exists inside of the user table. Then you should return. So if I'm the Quebec City manager now, and I logged in with my email, so far the email on the list, there's an email on the list that is also equals to the user principal name, which is the email I'm using to log in. Right? You return for me the user ID. Now, when the user ID is returned, it means that it has filtered down the user table only to the logged in user. It means that that person will only see one row on the table, on that user table, right? Now, when one row now exists, let's assume now that one row now exists. It means that when one row exists, that means the city ID of that person will now go and filter the geography table and filter that one also down to only the city that person can see the report for. And that geography table too will now go and filter the sales table where all the calculations and measures are coming from. Does it make sense to you what we are doing here? I mean, this lookup value, user ID, email, and user principal name. If it's not clear, please let me explain
this lookup value. Can you explain the three?
Sir, I don't
three parameters.
Don't worry, you understand. Just calm down. So let's break it down again. What does lookup value do? Let's say I have a table now. I have a table called sales. Now, in that sales table, I now have city ID. I now want to return the province that state belongs to. You know, in Excel, we go and do VLOOKUP, Abi. We now have a location table. When we now do VLOOKUP will now return the name of the state that city belongs to. Is that one clear?
Yeah.
That one is clear, Abi?
Yes.
That's the same way lookup value works too in Power BI. It's like your VLOOKUP in Excel. So we are saying that return for me the user ID. I want you to return the user ID. Give me the user ID. There's a table called users that has a list of user ID, their email, and every other attribute that belongs to the user. Now, I'm now saying return for me the user ID. When the email that is on the user table is same thing as the email, it means that if somebody logs in and their email is not on that list of the user table, they will not see anything in the report. Does it make sense to you what I'm saying? So far their email does not exist inside of the user table, they will see nothing. But the moment their email exists, it means that the email, this user principal name, is the email they are using to log in. The other user email, the email column here, is comes from the email column in the user table that we already have, our security hierarchy table. So when assuming I'm the Quebec City manager, I log in, my email is bengadeyemo@xyz.com, and I log in, right? When I log in, the moment my email exists on this table, it will filter down that table to only my information. That means that on the user table now, it means that we have filtered it down to the user ID that my email belongs to. And that will only show just one row in the virtual context of things. That will only show one row in that table now, because the table has been filtered down to only my information virtually. Does it make sense to you guys? Now, when that has returned one row now virtually, what will now happen is that in filter context, don't forget that the virtue of our relationship, The user table is filtering what table? What table now? The geography table, the geo table, thank you. And the geo table is a table that contains all the hierarchical information about the location. Don't forget that these users too, they are also hierarchical based on location. Is it clear what I'm saying now? So when you now have that user logged in, virtually only one role exists. One row now. In that one row, don't forget that there's already a column called paths that shows their hierarchy. Right? The hierarchy now shows what they will now see. Right? Now, the geography table is now the user table is not connected to the sales table directly. It's connected to the geo table. So what that means that the filter direction will come from user to geo, then geo to sales. Right? That's filtered on the user. The user will now based on that one rule now, it will now filter the geo table to say, okay, this user that are logged in, they belong to city ID 6. That will filter geo table 2 now to city ID 6. And the filter applied on geo table will now go and apply to sales to only return information based on city ID 6 for that logged in user. Does it make sense? I almost see her like that. She's gentle. Like, why are you gentle like this?
No, I understand.
Olubumi, your hand is up.
Yes, sir. You mentioned that it's filtering geo table, but there is no geo in what you've written. You only use user table.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I'm explaining that in the context of the relationship that we have in our data model. Do you understand what I'm saying, Olubumi?
Okay.
Okay, don't worry, I'll get there. Now, as I said, okay, when you now know the user that logged in based on their ID, now return for me the path contain. The path contain is now, you know the path or the path column already exists, which shows the hierarchy. And give me, then let me know, let me see what the user can see. That's what path contain is about. The true or false. So anywhere it is true for the user, based on path contain, they can see all the report of that user. You can see the report that's attached to them based on the path hierarchy. Right? Now, the reason why I added this one can be avoided. Then I'll tell you why I added it. You know that in the user table, some of the orgas, they don't have this thing. They don't have city ID. CEO does not have city ID. Is that correct?
Yeah.
CEO does not have. West Director and East Director does not have city ID.
City ID.
Provincial Managers don't have city because they belong to a province, not a city. So I'm telling my expression that when you are evaluating this DAX expression, for everywhere that the city ID is blank, don't count them in the path contain. Because it means that if I'm a West Director, I can see all the managers, provincial manager and city manager data that are under me. But because I don't have a city, it will show what for me as director? Blank. And blank is not part of the city ID in the city table. Does it make sense to you what I'm doing here? That's why I said, don't ignore the blank, like don't count the blank when you are listing city IDs that each user login belongs to.
Like to avoid the blanks.
To avoid the blanks, thank you. Everybody is silent.
No, it's clear.
If I do, I should have done simple one.
No, it's very clear.
The boot camp is for us to actually upgrade our Power BI skill from all those basic things that we do to advance. So just you need to just go and so you can do this in different ways. I've shared the formula to you guys in the group in the Teams chat. You can apply it to your own personal practice. So
that's
I'm going to check
this question exactly, Mr. Benga. You know, you use lookup value because there is no relationship between user table and the sales table. But what if there was a way the relationship was created?
I'm going to
used to
get
be
there.
okay.
I'm going to get there.
Because I know that lookup
I know that
value is
you asked me.
for
That's why I'm
is
prepared for
to
you.
is
I know.
to find over without relationship.
Now, so Paul to won't catch me yesterday. For God day. Let's go. I'm going to save my RLS I just created. Now, you are still going to encounter an issue. Don't forget that user does not connect directly to sales. It's connected through Joe. We'll now see the problem now. So I will create a matrix table. I will show all the hierarchy. I will create I'll create like two charts. So this is my matrix table. I want to, in my geo table, let me have it by hierarchy. Zone, province, zone, province. Oh, I should use table charts rather. Zone, province, then city. Abi? Then I will now have, let me just do an implicit measure. I'll just drag sales amount here and do a sum of it. Oh, thank you. Now, let me log in now as West Director. I will test my role now. I'll copy the guy's email. I will come to viewers. You will see where we have problem. And I will paste his email.
So I'm going to increase the zoom.
Don't worry. I will. Okay, let me go and increase it first. I have to go back to the table here and increase the size of my values to 20. Is it big now?
Yes.
Thank you. I'll go to viewers and I will copy this guy's email, paste this guy's email. That's the West Director now. And I will click on OK. Does anything change? I've created my role already. I've done my relationship already. I'm testing it now. Why is West Director log in and it's not seeing, and it's still saying West, East? Is a model problem. Let's go back to our American model. I'll still give it on viewers. So I'll leave it. I'll go to my model. Now, I told you that because user cannot filter sales directly, what we usually do, which is not actually good for performance, is that some people will now go and change this filter direction to both, to cross filter direction both. So that they can see, so that the thing can now go and filter sales. So now click on save. Okay, let's go and see now. Okay, it's still loading. Let's go and see what will happen now. Did anything change? Did anything change? Nothing changed. Okay, I can say, oh, that's not the problem. It's because probably I'm using an implicit measure. So let me cancel this one. Let me go and write my measure. I right click, I say new measure. I'll say total sales. Total sales. See the way we are debugging the problem. Total sales. Let me make it bigger so you guys can see. Oh, I made a mistake. Is equals to the sum of the sales amounts, the sales table. And I'll close my bracket and I'll press enter. Okay. It's still loading, it's still loading, it's still loading, it's still loading. Okay. Let's see what will happen now, whether things will change. As this table not moving now. Okay, I'll drag this one on top now. This guy is still saying, he's still seeing everything. Hey, what do we now do? Okay, how to debug this? Let me tell you what the problem is. Where the problem is coming from. Because user is not filtering Joe properly, so that Joe can now extend the filtering to steals. What we'll now do, there's a function called treat as. Did you guys remember that function? So changing to cross filter direction is not a problem now. Because if you are even doing that, you are even bringing about performance problems. So you're not going to be using cross filter. What you will now do is to go back to that your measure. This is my total sales measure. and rewrite it. I will now say calculate so that it can transition properly into the filter context. Now, I will now say calculate sum. I will now say of sales amount in sales table. You now say values. I'm supposed to put a comma, sorry. Now say values. Which column am I using now? I'm using the city in the user table, city ID user table, with the city ID in the geo table, so that the filtering can happen properly based on measure now. Now, this is what I'm saying. My total sales is meant to only show for me based on what? Based on relationship between the user to the geo, then geo to sales. But it's not working because there's no proper filter transition that is going on between the three tables. So I have to create a virtual relationship in that sense so that user table can filter geo and geo can now go and filter sales properly. So I'm going to click on this. Let's see whether it's going to work now. It's not still working. Well, I don't deal. Yay. Okay. Let's go. So let me stop viewing. Let me go and try another person out. I'm coming. I'm going to try something out now. Let me go here. And let me try Quebec City Manager. And I'll go to viewers, modeling, viewers. This. So it should only show me Quebec City data now. Let's see. Wow. Okay, you know what? Let me do this. Let me go to the geo table. Let me put city ID in front of this. Let's see. City ID in front of this one. It's not still featuring properly. This is surprising to me. I'm coming up. User to this, then this to this. It should work now.
But you use value. Value will return a tabular value.
Value will return a distinct link of city ID.
City ID.
Connected to the city ID inside of geo.
I thought you wanted to use filters.
No, I'm not using filters. I'm coming. Let me go back and see where the problem is. So let me go back to my relationship. These filters. Oh, wait, did I make a mistake in my RLS? Let me go check my RLS this thing again. Manage roles.
Mr. Agbenga, the mistake is the filter direction.
No, I removed that. I removed that already.
Like, no, the filter is supposed to go from user to geo, from geo to...
Is that what I have in my model? That's what I have in my
No,
model.
you have something else. This is going from geo to user. This is going from...
It's because of this. Is because it's one to many. That's why.
Many, yes.
But that DAG should take care of it anyway. The DAG should take care of it. I don't know why. This thing can embarrass somebody. Oh my God. It should go from user to this based on my measure now. I'm coming. Let me go and check my. Let me check my this. So lookup value, return this one. User principal name, path contain user's path that I created. Then the login user, what they can see. And you know what? Let me remove this one first. And see. Nothing changed. I'm coming. Let me try this cross filter direction again. Okay, let's see. Oh, why did it go blank now? Hmm. It's still going blank for me. Okay, let me remove the cross filter and change it back. It's probably a mistake in my RLS listing. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? It's all wrong for me. Just give me a minute, guys. Let me check what I did wrong here. Just give me a minute. Let me confirm, please.
Could it be that?
Go ahead, please.
I'm not sure because I've not done this before. I'm just
go ahead.
Just want to suggest. Could it be that the user part, the user part, the one you demonstrated before return, the first manager and then probably second manager and then
the hierarchy
person.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Could it be that it will return that same way, and then of course it will not be the same with the login user ID?
Okay, so let me show you exactly what I'm trying to do. So you know that, see now, see what I'm saying? It filtered, oh, this has worked though. Why is it not reflecting on the charts? So it filtered the user ID to only the person that I'm viewing as, which is the Quebec manager. See the user table now. It has filtered that table down. So this one is meant to filter down to the geo table to pick every city that this guy belongs. Wait, did I make mistake when I was doing this modeling? City ID. It's correct now. Sorry, go ahead, please.
Check city, check relationship from
Oh, I
geo to
did city and
sales.
city ID. Oh God, I made a mistake. City and city ID was what I picked. I was wondering. Didn't make any mistake now.
Check sales to geo.
I've checked my problem. It's user to geo that was the problem. I use city and city ID as a relationship. It should work now.
Yeah.
It was a mistake from me. Make it active. Save. Let's go back to our chat now. Oh my God. City ID and city ID. City ID, city ID. Yes, now. Relationship is city ID.
Should we return that notice blank from our DAX in lookup in RLX?
Okay, yeah, I will return that. Well, let's look at this now. It has filtered down this table to that user alone, right? Let's go to geography table. Geography table is not filtering very well. That's the problem now. So it's not affecting sales. It's not affecting sales. Let me try something. Let me make it cross filter direction. Let's see. Okay. Aha. Okay. Wait. I thought if I did the treat as, It's probably there will be no need for us to do cross-filter direction again. Okay. Okay, you know what? We are going to try out different things now. Okay, let's go. So my total sales, I've created that relationship between city ID and geo virtually here. Okay. Now, there is a, okay. So that issue did not occur. Let me stop view. Let me go and view now as, West Director. So West Director should see what? Should see everything under Manitoba Manager and all of these guys. All the city managers too. Okay, so I'll go back to my Power BI and I will say modeling, manage roles, viewers, and I'll copy the West Director guy. Okay, and I would press OK. Good. So the West guy is seeing all the province, all the West, all the region under him, the province and the city. And we now see that this total sales is based on what. So what happened was that if I did not use that treat as, let me show you what I'm saying. Let me create another total sales. If I did not use that treat as, it will have this is my total here. Will have returned. I'll show you what I'm saying now. Total sales too. It will have returned the total for everything, regardless of who is viewing the reports. You see what I'm saying now. Let me remove this total sales here and replace it with this guy. You see what's going on? You see what's going on, guys? It's returning what? Total sales for everybody, even though I'm filtering down to only West. So the reason why this street as one is the best is because it's not going. It's going to give your total sales for you based on that virtual relationship that exists. That filter down from user to geo to sales, and we don't only need to do total sales for whatever the person is viewing. So the person will not be seeing total sales for the entire company, so they will be seeing this total based on the city that they can see the reports. Does it make sense to us now? Does it make sense, guys?
You just change. You just change it and it's still showing the same
It's
total
still showing the
sales.
value, yeah.
It's still showing what?
The one without
It's the same figure.
value is the same figure.
Is it the same figure?
Yes.
Yeah.
Another problem. I didn't know. But it's not going to be working like this because the treaters is supposed to change it. It's supposed to change that. It should only show me total value based on all these 4 rows, and not everything. At this point, man, I don't know what to do again. Okay, you know what? Let's go back and do that stuff. You know that let me go back to modeling, my manage rows, this, and apply that stuff again. So it will now be and not is blank city ID, right? Then I close brackets and I save. It's still the same thing. This is supposed to be showing. Oh my God. Just give me a minute, guys. This thing is not embarrass me today. I'm coming. A minute, please. Let me see where I'm having the problem. Let me check my notes. Let me check my notes. Yes. Yes. The treater should actually fix that. I don't know why it's not working. Does anybody have an idea of how we should do this? This entire total for everything. No, I think that first one was correct.
What this means is that
That
even
first one was
without
correct.
yeah, it means even without the value DAX, that value DAX is still going to be correct, still going to work accordingly because the filtering is working well.
See, I think it's working well now. See, it's working well now. So this is the West manager, right?
Yeah.
You see that on this one that we added this thing for, you see that it's only showing for the, and this is the total for this guy. So the other one is showing, it will show everything for him, but this one is showing the, so this one is the correct one, Jerry. Don't confuse me. So this is the correct one now. You see that when the West director is only seeing his West top, and this is total. I like to want yourself. So this total for this guy, this is total. Now it's correct now. I was confused again. Now, one thing to take note before we go is this. You see that we have to do cross filter like both direction before this can work. But I'm telling you that in enterprise, avoid cross filter direction. So the best way we do it is that we usually denormalize this geography and the city table. Do you get what I'm saying now? We denormalize means that we'll bring the two together as one table. So instead of having them separate table, I will now bring up this cross filter, both direction. So geography and user table will now be together. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? So they will now be, so we will not need to do all this wahala of both direction and using treaters in our sales.
What if we now just have it like this and just instead of creating the cross filtering on the relationship, we use the cross filter function?
We use what?
The cross filter DAX.
You mean that cross filter function, Abby?
Yeah.
So I'm saying yes, we can also. The problem is that we still have geo in the middle. It cannot work like that because what city will it refer to? We only have city ID. How do we know the zone? Because that is contained inside geo. So the best way not to do any further back and forth is to denormalize geo and user together to be on one table. And the city ID can now connect directly to sales. Is it clear what I'm saying?
Yes.
It makes sense, right? So even though we did a treaters, but if we remove this cross filter direction, it's going to cause problem because there's no way user can filter these sales directly. It has to go through geo. So, and this might be affecting performance, this both filter direction. Are we clear, guys? Is it clear to you? Is it clear? People are silent though.
From me, it's clear.
Bernard, Wasil, love it. Okay. If we match all tables together and we have a lot of data, won't it affect the performance? No. In this case, you know that we always say that Power BI is optimized for star schema. But what we have is a snowflake. So for us to get to user, we need to do this both filter direction for user to be able to filter down to sales. Do you understand? Which might affect performance. So we are only saying that so it means that I'll go back to my Power Query now, for example. And time is I have another class now. So I'll go to my Power Query now. And so let me tell you what I mean by denormalize. I will do what is called merge as new. So what I'm saying is that on my user table, I would say merge query, merge as new. Let me do merge as new. So merge as new. So I'm bringing in city information now inside user. I'll click on geo here. I'll click on city ID here. Left join. I'll click on OK. And I will return every other column from geography here. Right? Select or remove this. I'll remove city ID. And I will have all the other attributes of city inside this big user table. So this one will now be the one that will now connect directly to sales via city ID. And you can now do your stuff directly. No problem. Does it make sense now to you? Does it make sense, guys? Please, I want your response. Mr. Oluwole?
Yes, it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
That's the way it is done.
I was going to even tell you that this is the way that, well, not exactly like this, right? Yeah, even if you merge it, fine. But what I was saying is that, every column represents a field category. For example, you have org level 1, org level 2, and in this scenario, you're going to have CEO on one column. You are going to have level 1 on another column. You're going to have level 2 another column like that. So level 1 is more or less the director level. Then level 2 will be the province manager. Then level 3 will be the city manager, right?
Yeah.
Right. So based on that, and all of them will have their respective locations and all that attached to them. So based on that, that's probably most likely the kind of table that you'll find in an enterprise situation.
Enterprise environment.
Exactly. And that's what you now have to use to do the dynamic filtering if you need to use that table to do the row-level security. Apart from that, you might want to use AD groups to give just specific people access.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. I'll see you again. I'm not sure if there will be class next Saturday. I have another engagement with another user group. But I will update you. I'll send you guys a general mail. I'll let you know whether there will be class or not. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. For those in the night already, enjoy your nights.
Okay, kindly fill the attendance form. I will send the data set used for this class. I'll send this to our email now.